Do you remember a few videos back when I talked about the connection between tongue tie, ADHD and autism? Well, it's been 3 months since my tongue tie release, and today I'm going to give you an update of what's improved and how I found the whole thing. Stay tuned as well, because I'm going to include some before and after pictures. It's important to note I had myofunctional therapy before having my tongue tie released and after, and that is really important. You should never get a tongue tie release done without having myofunctional therapy first, because your tongue needs to be able to know what to do after it's been released, and releasing it without having the therapy can cause more problems than you had in the first place. First up, I had the procedure done. I had my tongue released, upper and lower lip ties and 2 buccal ties which were at the top. They've healed really well. Was it painful? I didn't feel a thing getting it done. After the anaesthetic wore off, yeah, it was painful, I'll be honest, but that pain went by the next day. I did have a lot of swelling for the first few days. Some of my reasons for getting the tongue tie release were I had persistent throat clearing, which I'm now actually understanding could be related to the hyperparathyroidism I'm experiencing. I was getting bloated quite easily. I wasn't swallowing properly, like I was swallowing air, and there were just quite a few things that I wasn't sleeping well, things like that. First things first, I can open my mouth wider and I have less tension around my mouth. So before, I had almost like a constant tension around my mouth. It was like my mouth and my jaw ached all day long, and now I can open my mouth really wide. I can actually kind of fit spoons and stuff in my mouth easier, which before my mouth did not open very wide at all. Also, having that tension gone has been amazing, because I didn't realise how much tension I was carrying. As a result of losing that tension, I've got less tension in my shoulders as well, which is great. But one of the absolute best thing I've noticed is I'm not getting bloated anymore. As I said before, the myofunctional therapist discovered that I had an incorrect swallowing pattern, so I was swallowing a lot of air. Now I don't do that, and that is a result of both the myofunctional therapy and having the tongue tie release. The myofunctional therapy was amazing and it got me like so far, but then the tongue tie release was like the cherry on the cake or whatever. It really helps. So the combination of both has been really helpful. It is so nice to not get bloated. I used to, say for example, I've had a little nap in the afternoon, even if it was like 3 hours after eating, I would wake up feeling bloated, really bloated, and it would be uncomfortable. That doesn't happen anymore, and I am so grateful for that, because I would get bloated almost every day. It is nice to also not have so much tension in my shoulders. I had tension every day in my shoulders, to the point where it was like obvious to other people that my shoulders would be up by my ears, and I could feel it and it was uncomfortable. That has definitely lessened. I have also, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I've been seeing an osteopath throughout this whole journey. That's really important. It's important that you get the body work done as well, because believe it or not, the tongue is connected to the whole body. So having my, like for example, my back realigned and all my getting realigned alongside the tongue tie release and doing the myofunctional exercises has been amazing, and I feel so much better in general as a result of it. So I had my tongue tie release done with laser, for the reason being it's supposed to heal better with less swelling. I did have a lot of swelling, but obviously because the laser is cauterizing it helps a lot. I also had stitches, which is really important, especially for adults, because it just helps the tongue to heal properly in the right place. You do have to do exercises, and in those earlier days you have to be careful not to stretch the stitches. You have to make sure you still do the exercises as well. You just have to kind of be gentle, but not push yourself too far. Obviously it is done under local anaesthetic, but it still comes with risks. It's not something to just be taken lightly, and There is the risk that it won't work. There is the risk of infection, things like that. There's also the risk that if you don't do the exercises properly and it heals with too much scar tissue, that it could end up being almost worse than before. So you have to really take it seriously. It's not something to just get done and then it's done. You have to put work and effort into it. I am going to show you some photos now, some before and after. Oh, I also want to say, just from the myofunctional therapy alone, my face shape changed. So my face was longer and now it's become wider, and that's as a result of using the right muscles, breathing better, swallowing better. So I'll show you a before and after picture of that. I'll also show you some before and after pictures of what my tongue and lip ties and things like that. Some of them are a bit gory, so if you don't want to see that, then don't look. So here's my before and after myofunctional therapy photo. I am pretty impressed with the changes that just this has brought alone. That's really, to me, I was shocked when I saw it. So as you can see on the left, my face looks visibly longer than on the right, and that is something that I'm just happy. I'm happy my face has changed. Yeah, some people might not want wider faces, but because my face was longer, I did want a wider face, and that's not why I did it. I didn't even know that was going to happen, but that's just a positive result that has come of just doing the myofunctional therapy alone. Here are some before and afters of my tongue. I couldn't reach the roof of my mouth with my tongue. You're supposed to be able to, your tongue is supposed to be gently suctioned to the roof of your mouth anyway. For me, I couldn't do that because my tongue didn't reach. I couldn't even reach. So when you open your mouth wide like this, you're supposed to be able to touch the tip of your tongue behind your front teeth like this. I couldn't do that before. My tongue didn't reach to do that while my mouth was open wide. I could open my mouth wide, but when I touched the tip of my tongue behind my teeth, my mouth would close a bit. It doesn't do that anymore. So I've got more range of motion in my mouth, which makes life a lot easier. And here are before and afters of my upper and lower lip tie. What you'll notice is it does look like it's grown back, but that is quite normal. It's not that it's grown back completely. It's grown back slightly, but it's not restrictive like it was in the first place. So that is completely normal after a tongue and lip tie release. I'm not going to show you the buccal ties because it's just awkward to get a photo, and yeah. So I want to just show you what my tongue looks like now when it's suctioned to the roof of my mouth. I can open my mouth really wide and do this now. So as you can see, that is called a frenulum, and that's what everyone has. I had one of those before my tongue tie release, but the difference was within that frenulum was a really tight band of muscle, and that's what has been lasered and cut. Now, the bit that you see now, it's not a tight band of muscle, it's just skin. It's got a lot of flexibility, so it's not that the whole thing has grown back. That can happen if you don't do the exercises and if it doesn't heal properly, but that's not happened with me. That's just skin now. So as you can imagine, it's very stretchy, whereas before it was a really tight band of tough muscle and it would only stretch to a certain extent. So it is completely normal to kind of get that same looking thing back after the tongue tie release. So what's the point in all of this? The point is, those of us who are neurodivergent are more likely to have tongue ties or lip ties and things like that. It's just about the awareness of being able to improve our lives if we want to as neurodivergent people. If you are now aware that you may have a tongue tie, then now you know what you can do about it. I'm not saying go and rush and get a tongue tie release, but it is probably a good idea to see if you can find a myofunctional therapist, because even the myofunctional therapy alone can have great results. Not everyone even needs a tongue tie release. Sometimes the myofunctional therapy does enough work for your tongue to be in the right place. So it's just about awareness, and it's just about making your life more comfortable. If you are currently feeling like you're struggling with all of this, tongue ties also lead to sleep apnea, so it's really important to do something about it. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, please like and subscribe and check out my other videos.